In the summer of 2015, the Kunz family took a short trip to Timber Creek Campground in Deorr, Idaho, a gateway that should have been simple and peaceful. The group includes parents Jessica Mitchell and Vernal Deorr Kunz Sr., their 2-year-old son Deorr Kunz Jr., Jessica's grandfather Robert Bob Walton, and family friend Isaac Reinwand. The family left Idaho Falls on July 9, 2015. Walton and Reinwand traveled in a separate vehicle and met the young family at the remote campground later that night. They arrived after dark. Little Deorr helped set up the camp and gather around the fire before everyone settled in, blissfully unaware that the next day would turn into a nightmare. The morning of July 10th began like any other camping trip. The family lounged near the campsite, enjoying the quiet. At one point, Jessica asked her grandfather Bob to watch Deorr while she and Vernal joined Isaac to walk a short distance away to fish. A simple, ordinary request. But by 2 p.m., everything changed. When Jessica and Vernal returned, Deorr was gone. They searched frantically, calling his name. When he didn't appear, Vernal jumped into his truck and drove down the dirt road until he could get cell reception. Jessica's phone briefly connected at the campground, and she placed a 911 call at 2:28 p.m.
What's the address of your emergency?
I'm actually camping in Deorr, just outside of Deorr.
Uh-huh.
My 2-year-old son, we can't find him.
Okay, what is he wearing?
He was wearing cowboy boots, a blue pair, like pajama pants, and a camel jacket. And he's got shaggy blonde hair.
Is your husband calling too?
Like all down where we were camping at, and we can't find him at all.
No one else had been camping near them that day. The area was boxed in, a hill on one side and an 8 to 10 foot drop to a creek on the other. Vernal insisted later, "It's such a small area. People assume we let him wander off, but there's no way you couldn't see him." By 3:45 p.m., search and rescue teams arrived. For 2 weeks, crews scoured the ground, the creek, and the surrounding wilderness. Helicopters, divers, dogs, nothing brought answers. Then, a shocking twist. In January 2016, 6 months after the disappearance, Sheriff Lynn Bowerman announced that Deorr's parents were now persons of interest.
Basically, I was saying they were the top persons of interest, but, actually, yeah, I believe they're suspects. After a extensive week of interviewing, re-interviewing, and an announcement from the FBI that they were being less than truthful on their polygraphs, and a lot of irregularities and discrepancies in their interviews, I felt it was necessary to come forward and say that the parents are being less than truthful.
He told reporters that both parents had been less than truthful, pointing to inconsistencies in their statements and polygraph results. This opened the door to speculation. Had something happened to Deorr that the adults were hiding? The case grew more troubling months later. In 2016, the couple was evicted from their home for unpaid rent, and among the belongings they left behind was Deorr's camouflage jacket, the very one they claimed he was wearing when he disappeared. The discovery only deepened doubts and suspicions. Despite years of investigation, no arrests have ever been made. No remains have ever been found. To this day, the disappearance of Deorr Kunz Jr. remains one of Idaho's most haunting, unsolved cases. A woman went solo camping in southwest Alaska. The site was quiet and empty, and for days, nothing felt wrong. But one rainy night, she woke up past midnight, and a bad feeling settled in as a loud banging came from outside. A brown bear struck the tent. She froze in fear, gripping her bear spray. After a long, tense wait, the sounds finally stopped, and she walked calmly to her car, staying there until morning. At daylight, tracks showed the bear had walked straight from the car to her tent. She realized once again just how close she had come to real danger. A man spent a night on a 2-acre lot by the Allegheny River to see if he should buy it. The land was steep, with limited river access, and he wanted one last look before the deadline. He parked his truck and settled in for the night. But after dark, a noise came from the woods.
There's a really up noise coming from the woods right now. It sounds like a woman screaming. I was sitting in my front seat with the heated seat on, warming up. It's been dark for a long time now, and it sounds like a woman screaming bloody murder. Listen. Literally, I'm freaking out right now. I don't know what the hell that was, but that has me absolutely terrified. I'm not lying. Literally, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know what that was. It literally sounded... Hang on, let me get... I feel like I'm being watched right now. This isn't even funny. I was on the phone. Okay, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to lock these doors. And okay, hang on a second. It sounded like somebody was screaming bloody murder. It sounded like a human. It sounded like a woman was being tortured or beaten. I was on the phone with Jessica and I kept hearing it, and I opened my door and it got more severe, like it was more blood curdling. And I literally told her, as I'm picking up the camera to start recording, I said, let me call you right back. And I opened the door and it was really loud and it sounded really close.
Later, he called the state police. Officers searched the area and a nearby cabin but found nothing. The experience was enough to convince him not to buy the land. A couple was out for a walk during their camping trip when they suddenly noticed a blue light in the sky. It had a clear rectangular shape and hovered in one place. It didn't blink or change color. It didn't move like a plane or a drone, and there was no sound. Confused, the couple kept recording, unsure of what they were seeing, and later posted the video online. Some viewers suggested advanced technology, while others believed it could be something unknown. The object never moved or faded. After watching it for a while, the couple decided to head back to their van. A Reddit user went camping near Glengariff around Halloween when he found something unsettling not far from his campsite. Small, creepy dolls were placed on a tree, wrapped in decaying cloth. Was it some kind of art project, a warning, or something much darker? Whatever the reason, the whole setup felt wrong, so the camper packed up and found another spot. In western Massachusetts, a camper reported seeing something strange during a routine trip in the woods. He noticed a tall brown figure standing among broken tree branches. The shape appeared to be over 7 feet tall and blended in with the surrounding trees. From a distance, it was hard to tell whether it was just a large branch or something else entirely. He couldn't even tell if it was moving. Instead of getting closer, he took a photo and left the area, wondering if he had just glimpsed Bigfoot or if it was simply pareidolia playing tricks on his eyes. Jack runs a channel where he shares his metal detecting trips, usually uncovering old coins and lost objects. This time, he ventured into a forest hoping to find gold. At first, he found a few interesting items. As he moved deeper, a sharp smell hung in the air. Birds circled above, and the place just felt wrong.
Rapaz, esse é do brabo, hein? Aí, gente, estamos no carreiro já. Eu acho que é gavião, alguma coisa assim. Mas tá um cheiro de carniça aqui. Olha lá, ó. Será que ele não tá conseguindo voar ou ele... Parece até uma águia, né? Cuidado, Faísca. Isso aí carrega você pro céu. Tá um cheiro de carniça bem estranho aqui, hein?
Then he stumbled upon something shocking. It wasn't treasure, it was a body.
Nossa, olha aqui, ó. Eu vou colocar a luz aqui. Olha. Ui. O tanto de cabelo, gente. Uma maçaroca de cabelo. Puxa vida. Começa a ficar preocupante. Olha, olha aqui, ó. Gente do céu. Acabou com a nossa caçada aí, ó. Vamos ter que chamar a polícia imediatamente. Cuidado, Clemente. Você não pode mostrar muito isso aí, não. Nossa senhora, que carniça, gente. Ó. Olha aí, gente. Dá pra você filmar aqui, mas... Gente, é uma cena lamentável.
He called the police and stayed until they finished their work. They confirmed it was a woman, but shared no further details. His hunt ended in sorrow, yet he helped bring someone's daughter home. On the cold night of February 24th, 1978, 5 young men from Yuba County, California, Bill Sterling, Jack Hewitt, Ted Weir, Jack Madruga, and Gary Mathias, headed to California State University Chico to watch a basketball game. They were excited. The next day, they were scheduled to play in a Special Olympics basketball tournament of their own. They laid out their uniforms before leaving the house, but they never returned home. Despite each man having mild developmental or psychological challenges, they functioned independently and were well loved in their community. Their disappearance immediately alarmed their families. A police search began. Within days, the men's 1972 Mercury Montego was located, but the discovery only deepened the mystery. The car was found an hour away in the wrong direction, high in the Plumas National Forest, up a remote mountain road in the northern Sierra Nevada. It was abandoned in a snowbank. The keys were gone. The engine worked. The tires weren't damaged, and investigators noted that 5 grown men could have easily pushed it free. Inside were a few empty food wrappers and drink containers, nothing more. Search teams combed the forest, but a heavy storm swept the area soon after, erasing tracks and signs that might have explained where the men had gone. Then came strange eyewitness reports. A man named Joseph Shuns claimed he saw the group on the very night they vanished. Shuns had suffered a mild heart attack while trying to free his own vehicle from the snow. He said he saw a group of men with flashlights walking near him. When he called out for help, the lights simply turned away and disappeared into the darkness. Another witness reported seeing 5 men in a red pickup on the Saturday and Sunday after the disappearance. 2 came into a store to buy food and use the phone, while the others stayed in the truck. Months passed without any more information. Then, in June 1978, the first body was found. A forest worker noticed a broken window at a U.S. Forest Service trailer, 20 miles from where the car had been abandoned. Inside lay the body of Ted Weir. He had wrapped himself in blankets. His feet were severely frostbitten. But disturbingly, he had starved to death despite a locker full of food nearby. The trailer's fireplace, heating system, and ample supplies of warm clothing were untouched. It is believed Ted may have survived up to 13 weeks after the men disappeared. Not far from the hillside between the trailer and the abandoned car, the remains of Sterling, Hewitt, and Madruga were found. All had succumbed to the cold, their bodies scattered over the terrain. Only one man was never found, Gary Mathias, whose shoes were discovered deep in the woods, but whose body has never been recovered. To this day, the case remains one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in California history. Why did the group drive so far off course? Why did they leave a working car in freezing conditions? Why did they split up? And why did Ted not use food, heat, or clothing available to him? And why, according to their families, would the men ignore Joseph Shun's pleas for help? Something entirely out of character for them. No one knows what happened in those mountains. While driving past a wooded area searching for a place to camp, a person noticed a figure moving between the trees. They slowed down near a clearing to get a better look. The movement didn't match any known animal from the area. It wasn't a bear. But since there's no source for who originally posted this or where it was recorded, it's hard to judge the video and the story. A trail camera in a Michigan forest captured an unclear image that later showed up on Facebook. The photo shows an unidentified figure moving through the trees. Its body looks narrow, with bony shoulders, thin arms, and eyes that reflect the light. Some say it's just a dog caught at a strange angle. Others think it might be something entirely different. With so few details, the identity of the figure remains a mystery. On July 22nd, 2024, YouTubers Corrine and Chelsea, known for their fun challenges and uplifting adventures, took on something different. They entered D-Ring Woods, a place long associated with strange cries and unexplained deaths. They reached the forest, found a hidden spot, and quietly set up their camp, since camping there wasn't allowed. But once night fell, the forest changed.
There, that's when the best bits happen.
What? Yeah, me burping like that. It's terrible. What?
That light turned itself off, mate, and it can't turn it off unless you hold it down.
It's probably the battery's
No,
going.
mate.
The battery's probably going.
Mate, I barely used it.
Mate.
I'm telling you right now. That doesn't... I'm telling you now.
Okay.
On my life.
All right.
You have to...
It doesn't matter. I don't care, do you?
Mate, that is creepy.
Do you
No,
care?
I'm fine. But
Okay. Oh my God, stop. Stop
I'm
it now.
telling you now.
Just stop it now. Just leave it off. Just leave it off. It's running out of battery.
Right, I'm putting this on because if that one goes out, I'm scared.
No.
Yeah.
It's running out of battery, that's all. I'm telling you
Mate, I
now.
haven't used it.
It's just running out of battery, that's all.
Their tent light shut off twice for no clear reason. Moments later, they began hearing this.
Yeah, it is because it's creepy because it went back on when I pressed it on again, and to turn that off you have to hold it down for about 4 seconds. It doesn't just turn off.
Okay.
But the other one stayed on, so maybe that one was just running out. I don't know.
Should we go to sleep? Should we go to sleep now?
Turn the lights off.
The car's there.
Yeah, I know. But
They stayed completely still inside the tent, unsure who or what was out there in the darkness. Fortunately, by morning, they were unharmed. This footage was recorded in Bluefield, West Virginia by a cabin security camera aimed at a forested area. Most recordings were normal until one clip showed a dark figure moving along the tree line. It stayed low to the ground and moved at an unusual speed. The motion did not resemble any known animal from the region. No one has a clear explanation. Late at night, a man was on a fishing trip near a quiet village. The place was silent, but after a while, he felt he wasn't alone. When he flashed his torch around, the riverbank looked empty. Then he heard a sound coming from the trees. He spotted what looked like a woman.
Ya Allah, apakah? Astagfirullahaladzim. 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 La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Astagfirullahaladzim. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.
Realizing it was no good, he ran without looking back. To this day, he doesn't know what he saw that night. Whether the clip is real or not, it's enough to give you chills. Morris, from the channel Morris's Paranormal Adventures UK, arrived at Holton Collier in the United Kingdom, near an abandoned mining site linked to a disaster in the early 1900s. He planned to explore the area and set up camp, but soon after arriving, he heard something that made him realize he wasn't alone.
You better see the walk. So I put the bits in for you on the walk. And I am sweating. Sounds like there's people already here. Somebody is living here. I don't think this is a good idea, you know. Look at that. Right guys, it's things like this that get me a little bit worried now. Because it's not a really big area, you see. But I'm not too sure about that now. The thing is, right behind this woods is a big nut house, what they call a nut house, which has got loads of people who are, should I say, not well. And a lot of them seem to, over the years, have escaped. Now, I don't want to be stuck in here with somebody like that. That's crazy, that though. I don't feel safe here. I feel like there's people here watching me. I really don't know what to do, guys. I don't know whether the place that I was going to camp. As I was crossing the field, I was on my camera, I was on my phone as well. I heard two people, one started laughing and one started coughing. Now I sat in them woods, guys, for an hour in them bushes on my own, having a drink and eating some snacks and that. So whether they're drug addicts, whether they're alcoholics or hostile people, I don't really know what they are. This is a crazy, crazy place. I will be back though, guys. I'm going to come back tomorrow.
He decided to leave and return later that day. When he came back, he set up camp near the old mine shafts. Not long after, he began hearing footsteps around him.
Because this is, like I said, not safe. Don't know who's living up here, what they're doing up here. Wow, sure I saw some shadows then. As soon as it said that, I heard cracking in the bushes at the back. Can't believe how light it looks on this camera, guys. 11 o'clock. I can hear footsteps. I put the spirit talker on the floor here. Guys, I'm getting eaten by midges.
They found my body.
They found my body. They found my body. Was it here where they found your body? In this exact spot? Can you tell me your name? Is your name on the memorial down the road?
Then his spirit communication device started producing unsettling messages.
Stuart, can you come and stand on the shafts for me, mate? Maybe switch the lantern on and off. Would you do that?
Civil.
Civil? Yeah, I'm civil, mate. I'm not here for anything else. Just to find out why are you still here? I know you had a bad accident, but you've not been able to cross over, maybe? Seriously, these midgets are getting to me, guys. Maybe I'll what the fuck? Hello? Guys, I'm not trying to scare myself. It's scary enough as it is. You can probably understand that. But I did promise you I'd come back and get you some paranormal. But with them people as well, guys, I'm fucking terrified. Terrified. Guys, I think somebody should grab my camera. I can hear people behind me. Look, I'm not here to be scared or anything like that. I don't want you to scare me, right? Literally just want to find out why you're stuck here.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Pain.
Pain?
The longer he stayed and interacted with the device, the stronger the feeling became that something else was there with him.
So I'm going to leave now. And is there anything you'd like to say before I leave on the machine? Please do so. Jack, if you're here.
I'm feeling tired.
Feeling tired. This could be residual where they're getting weak, guys, from the accident. Right, I'm going to let you go then. Don't want to disturb you anymore. I'm going to pack my stuff up and go now. I appreciate you talking to me, I really do. Thank you so much. Hopefully one day we can talk again when you're not as tired. But for now, I'll let you go. So guys, it's still going. They're telling me to get out of here, and they like the dark and stuff. Right guys, I think I'm going to get out of here now. Because Spirit Talker was going crazy saying get out and stuff, so. And saying they was tired and things like that. I don't want to be disturbing any spirits if they don't want to chat, guys. I'm done now. I did my adventure. I explore.
In the end, he chose to leave, knowing how risky it was to remain alone in a place like that. For 3 days, a man noticed unfamiliar people moving through the woods near his cabin, on his property. They wore cloaks or heavily covered clothing, and they weren't anyone he recognized. One evening, his camera caught them on footage. They were spread out across different areas, but all moving in the same direction. They didn't react to the camera or show any sign of noticing him. After those 3 days, it suddenly stopped, and they were never seen again. He reported it, but no one in the area had any answers. A woman had parked her van near a field when she noticed what looked like 2 bright suns. One was the actual sun, the other slightly fainter.
Okay. Show that it's not my glare again, because people always say that kind of stuff. Zoom out. Zoom in. Out. In. This is a freaking glitch, Mom.
What is happening? The Matrix.
Matrix.
So exciting.
Oh my god. I'm the most confused.
And on the naked eye, you
Naked
only
eye, you
see the big sun.
cannot see it.
It wasn't a reflection or lens flare. The second sun didn't move when she moved the camera. Could it be some natural phenomenon, or could it somehow be the moon? She's asking for any explanations. What do you think it could be? The YouTube channel My Backyard Birding usually posts calm nature clips, But one afternoon in the Great Smoky Mountains, a strange sound pierced the forest in broad daylight. At first it sounded mechanical, though there was nothing man-made nearby. Then it deepened, almost vocal, moving through the trees as if deliberately. Some viewers suggested it could be Bigfoot or a skinwalker, but as unsettling as it sounds, it's probably just a moose. Take a listen for yourself. Still, it's definitely a creepy noise. A woman was walking her dog through a cemetery when he suddenly stopped near a grave and refused to move, staring at it non-stop.
What's going on, bud? What is that? Huh? What? What is it, buddy?
She walked closer, trying to figure out what was upsetting him, and one thing immediately stood out. Only one blue fan on the grave was spinning, while the pink one beside it and the flowers around it were completely still. There was no wind. Unable to explain it, she started recording. She didn't know the person buried there, and her dog had never acted like this before. Some say animals notice things we don't, and moments like this make that hard to ignore. 2 hunters were on a routine elk hunt when things suddenly changed. The elk they were tracking moved toward them, then abruptly turned and ran. That's when they saw why. A wolf pack was nearby, circling them. They carefully stepped back, looking for a clear path, and moved through the trees until they reached open ground, just before the wolves closed in. What started as a normal hunt quickly turned into a narrow escape. But at least they escaped. This video, posted by LQC.TV on TikTok, was filmed on a ranch in Mexico at night. A man was checking his land when he noticed a figure standing completely still in the dark. The man suddenly freezes. He doesn't speak, doesn't move, almost as if he's paralyzed.
Me está hablando.
After a moment, he turns away.
¡Su puta madre! ¡Puta madre! ¡Oh, Dios! ¿Dónde está? ¡Ay!
It seems like he could finally breathe again. When he looks back, the figure is gone. He later searches the area but finds no tracks. Some viewers pointed out that the figure's feet seem slightly above the ground, which could mean it was edited in. Others believe it hovers because it isn't human. Either way, whatever stood there that night definitely didn't look human. What Day Is It Wolven is an outdoor adventure channel, and this time, on November 16th, 2025, he took his friend Liam on his first wild camp. They set up a tarp and hammock in a small wooded area on a rainy day. After getting their shelter up and starting a small fire, they settled in for the night. But once darkness fell, loud sounds echoed through the trees.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Scary, is it?
The noises unsettled Liam, and the two decided to end the night early, resting in their hammocks until morning. At sunrise, Wolven reviewed the strange sounds, and most were likely identified as fox calls and owls. And for more scary camping encounters, just watch this next video.